Try Formula 24 by Marcel soon at Macy's. I'll bet you won't have to listen to commercials like this anymore.
Yeah.
The big 13-8.
I'm going down in the cellar and forget it, man.
Bottle of wine to the bar. When you gonna let me get sober? Leave me alone and let me go home. Let me go home and start over.
Right there.
Let me go home and start over. Let me go home and start over.
More music, KUDL, Fairway.
5 o'clock in the city. It's El Wacato. W. Walker, 502 in the city, saying good afternoon to you. You want to hear a number? Honk that hit hotline, baby.
Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world.
Like the starry sunrise, snow-covered winter's day.
It's wonderful. Yeah. Rejuvenating reverberations right here with Robert W. Walker as we enter level number 3 of the Heavyweight Mall. Of course, it's 5:05 at KUDL. Saturday night!
Saturday night, the grand opening Saturday night at Kansas City International Raceway. It's the jet engine cars from Cleveland, Ohio, at the controls of his famous jet engine land speed record holder, Doug Rose, driving the Green Mamba.
Racing against from Akron, Ohio, driving his fantastic jet engine nightmare creation, Bob Tatro in the 10,000 horsepower Mach 1 Golden American.
The drivers pull to the starting line. The jet engines are fired.
The drivers wind their engines to 10,000 RPM, 20,000 RPM. They blast off the starting line, rocketing down the track side by side at 230 miles an hour.
Jet engines on wheels with men inside.
At Kansas City International Raceway.
Take I-70 to Noland Road. Go south 5 miles. Racing begins at 8 p.m.
Saturday night
at Kansas City International Raceway.
For further information, 358-6700 immediately.
There's a party tonight for 18s and over at the Candlelight Lounge, 7th and State, Kansas City, Kansas. 50 cents at the door. A pitcher for $75, a draw for 15 cents. Tonight at the Candlelight.
Robert W. Walker.
Voila!
KUDL.
Boss Radio, happening heavily, man. You want to hear a number? 888-1380. The Walker's going to kick out your favorite jam.
Now that you're gone, all that's left is a band of gold. If you were still here with me, since you've been gone.
Ah, sweet baby, since you've been gone. Free to Pain on the Robert W. Walker Show. It's 5:09 at KUDL. Zipney.
SOS. We interrupt our regular schedule to bring you this important message from CMC. SOS savings on stereos at CMC. CMC has a fantastic savings on a complete 8-track car stereo installed for only $58.80. This mighty might of car stereos is the CMC 3000. Fully automatic, completely enclosed with selector lights, 2 Craig Deluxe speakers, standard installation, 1-year warranty on parts and free lifetime service. That price again, $58.80. A regular $94.95 car stereo installation complete now at CMC for $58.80. Flash, 8-track tapes, only $4.80 at CMC. $4.80 for Bob Cuban's greatest hits with The Cheater, Harlem Shuffle, a total of 20 selections. And there's super singles with Let It Be, Spirit in the Sky, many more for only $4.80 at CMC.
The $4.98 stereo LP now featured at CMC is It Ain't Easy with Three Dog Night for only $2.49.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, rap from the subway.
The Midwest can claim origin to at least one of the newest summer fashions, the bicycle dress. A short-sleeve dress with matching shorts that show about 1 inch below the hem. The bicycle dress started gaining popularity in the Midwest last month and is now spreading to the coast. And that's the switch. This is Terry, and that's the rap from the subway.
KUDL.
That's Lulu, man. Our heavyweight hum ballad here on the Robert W. Walker Show. It's 5:13 at KUDL, and good afternoon.
She laughed and talked a lot with new people on the block, but always at ease.
Joan Baez, Cocker, Country Joe, Crosby, Stills, Arlo Guthrie, Richie, Jimi Hendrix, Santana, John Sebastian, Shania Sly, and the Family Stone, The Who. They're all Woodstock, a film by Michael Wadley from Warner Brothers, with a little help from our friends. Woodstock, rated R, under 17, not admitted without parent.
Woodstock is now playing at the Roxy Theater.
Right on, and Richie Havens was there if you want to write that down.
KUDL weather.
All right, fair and warmer tonight with a low near 68 degrees, partly cloudy weather, and warmer through tomorrow. Our high then will be near 80 degrees. It's holding now at 85 in mid-America. And an exhibition of old master paintings at Sales and the Sales Rental Gallery at the Nelson Art Gallery will continue through May 10th. And go on down there and dig the colors.
This is going to be a sort of do-it-yourself commercial. And because it's for 7-Up, the Uncola, I suppose you'd call it a do-it-your-unself commercial. Anyway, the way we're going to do it is to let anyone who trusts at least 3 people over 30 create a real disturbance and holler out, "There's no cola like the Uncola," real loud and piercing. And then the Uncola Underground, all the official members, are going to put down their 7-Up long enough to answer with, "Un for all and all for un." Okay, go.
Jimmy Dean's alive!
KUDL.
Right side of the track when the train goes by, the wind and rain will catch you. You ride the rainbow if you come to me.
Right on, man. Just come run it. That's Van Morrison from the Boss 30 of the Robert W. Walker Show. It's 5:17 at KUDL.
Ellsberg Jewelers has great gift ideas for your mother this Sunday. Right now, you can get immediate delivery on a special mother's pin in sterling silver or 12-karat gold filled. This beautiful mother's pin is set with a simulated birthstone of each of her children. This, of course, includes you. Mother's pins at Ellsberg Jewelers, only $12.50, complete with stones. She'll love it. And don't forget, if you buy this mother's pin from Ellsberg Jewelers and mention you heard it on KUDL this week only, you will receive free an I Am Love tote bag valued at $4.95. But you've got to say you heard it on KUDL. So do it at any of the 9 convenient locations of Ellsberg Jewelers in Greater Kansas City. In the West, see Ellsberg Jewelers in the Mission Shopping Center. Ellsberg Jewelers, the only member of the Diamond Council of America in Greater Kansas City.
Is blues your bag? Do you dig progressive rock, country rock, and the heavy album cuts? Now it's yours on KUDL from midnight to 6 a.m. KUDL presents the hits and the heavies.
Big 13A.
When I say I'm in love, you best believe I'm in love, L-U-V.
Here comes my guy, walking down the street, giving him a great big kiss. What? Tell him that I love him, tell him that I care, tell him that I'll always be there.
TCB, baby. Yeah.
Is he a good dancer?
What do you mean?
What do you mean, is he a good dancer?
Where's your head, anyway?
Close. Very, very...
Is he a good dancer? Is the Pope a Catholic? What do you mean? Give him a great big kiss. Solid gold survey sound on the Robert W. Walker Show. It takes us all the way back to 1964. It's 5:21 at KUDL, and good afternoon.
Do you know what it is to suffer when you're with a woman?
You don't think you love, do you?
Not for a minute would she keep still. Not until I'd slapped her hard and made her cry.
And it's that foulness that you want, you liar. Well, have it.
D.H. Lawrence's Women in Love. In color from United Artists. Entertainment from Transamerica Corporation. Rated R, under 17, not admitted without a parent. Women in love.
Now playing at the Plaza Theater.
So you like pictures, huh? Then why do you take pictures only twice a year? And after you do take them, you don't develop the film for another 6 months. Yeah, you like pictures. Get with it and go to National Photo. Bring them all your old, dusty film. Maybe they can save it. They specialize in film processing. National Photo Company, 7135 Wyandotte. They care, even if you don't.
That's just wonderful.
Robert W. Walker, K-U-D-L.
Boss Radio, where you can capture that good vibration, man, and ignite the light that will get you right into the night. Brand new Boss 30 tonight at 7 o'clock, unveiled from 30 to number 1 by your brother Bob Scott. Gotta dig it.
Well, I came upon the child of God.
Ladies and gentlemen, the beat goes on.
K-U-D-L, Fairway.
5:30 in the city. This is El Vaquero. Hey, it's here, man. You need love just like I do. That's Gladys Knight and the Pips on the Robert W. Walker Show. Yellow Zunkers forever, right? 5:32 at KUDL, and I'm happening.
Sears Johnny Cash record album spectacular. Now for a limited time only, you can buy any or all of Johnny Cash great hit albums for 10% off, like this popular hit.
What is true?
And many more. Don't miss Johnny Cash live in person Thursday, May 14th. Buy your tickets at Sears. Remember, you can save 10% now on Johnny Cash albums at Sears.
A little boy of 3 says, Daddy, why?
Z. Playboy magazine calls Z a movie with enough excitement to eclipse James Bond. Look magazine calls Z the last word in thrillers, a terrific movie. A Cinema 5 release in color, rated GP.
Z, now in English, playing at the Fine Arts in Fairway.
Robert W. Walker,
Fairway.
K-U-D-L.
Ever beautiful Boss Radio continues to monopolize the megalopolis with the most music in town. See where this one will be on the Boss 30 at 7 o'clock tonight with your brother Bob.
Long after Saturday's gone.
The ever beautiful Sandpipers. And that's come Saturday morning. I hope next Saturday morning is kind of like last Saturday morning. Well, it was really heavy. I woke up in a boxcar. You know, down on Southwest Trafficway there. It's 5:36 at KUDL. This is Robert W. Walker.
You know, lovers phrase, the key to your heart. And I imagine there are quite a few of you who've had your hearts unlocked. But what about your mind? Has anyone or anything really unlocked your mind? Stepped into the middle of it and said, absorb me? Well, we want you to let us try. We want to unlock your mind. Step in and blow it.
Out of sight. Yeah.
Jackers, a head shop. An experience in the transcendental. Merchandise so unique, you may unlock your mind and forget where you are. Lucite rings, dog collars, jewelry from India, mala beads, handcrafted jewelry, and ceramics. Unusual items for the turned-on generation. And the prices are just as unusually low. Jackers, a head shop in all 3 Jackard stores. Downtown at 1017 Walnut. The Plaza at 225 West 47th Street. And Ward Parkway Center in Wolf Brothers. Jackers, a head shop.
Is progressive rock your bag? Do you dig the blues and country rock? Oh, the heavy album cuts? Now it's yours on KUDL. From midnight to 6 a.m., KUDL
presents the hits and the heavies.
The Big 13A.
It's 20 minutes before 6. This is Bob Scott, KUDL 2020 News. The city a busy place for hold-up artists this afternoon. The Uniroyal store at 24th and Grand was held up of an undetermined amount during the noon hour. Operation Barrier was put into effect, but no suspects were taken. Shortly after 3, the post office branch at 33rd in Indiana was held up. Police are looking for 4 Negro men in that hold-up. Another hold-up reported just minutes later by 3 men. The loss not determined in those hold-ups as of news time. Another bomb found in Kansas City. Details upcoming on KUDL 2020 News. Check on the Raytown Bank, where you'll find checking accounts to fit every need, business or personal, student or adult. Many checks or just a few. You'll find your own kind of checking account at the Raytown Bank, the full-service bank at 10017 East 63rd Street. If you're ready for a new checking account or a change for the better in your present checking account, talk to the folks at Raytown Bank. You'll like the way you come first at Raytown Bank, 10017 East 63rd Street, and at their drive-in bank at 6400 Traffic Way. See for yourself soon. There's a checking account waiting for you at the Raytown Bank. A crudely made bomb was found today behind a tavern in bomb-conscious Kansas City's east side. The explosive, comprised of 15 sticks of decomposed dynamite, was fused, but a police department arson investigator said it would not have exploded. He said the fuse was not connected to a blasting cap. The bomb was discovered by Fred Gates behind the tavern he operates. He told officers the fuse was burning when he found it. He extinguished the fuse and called police. Officers say the device found behind the community bar was wrapped with black plastic tape. Kansas City Police Chief Clarence Kelly says fingerprints have been obtained from evidence taken from the scene of last month's bombings. Kelly said, and we quote, "We are now in the process of eliminating certain suspects." Kelly said he is optimistic about quickly arresting and convicting those responsible for the bombings. The victim of the city's latest homicide on the 3rd of May has been identified through FBI fingerprint checks. The victim, identified as Tony Leon Gardner, Negro male, 22 years old. Gardner's body was found in front of 3314 East 33rd Sunday. He'd been shot in the head. The investigation into the murder continues. Restlessness on area campuses continues. KUDL newsman Bill Stout has details.
7 students at Washington University in St. Louis are free on bond on charges filed in connection with campus violence Tuesday night, in which fire severely damaged an ROTC building. The 7 are charged with violating a restraining order issued previously. A spokesman for the Kansas Adjutant General's office says that as of last night, a 24-hour watch has been placed on Kansas National Guard armories because of student unrest. The watch will be in effect at least through this weekend. Attorney General Ken Frizzell has criticized Governor Docking for what he calls lack of leadership and cancellation by the University of Kansas of the ROTC review, which had been scheduled for tomorrow. Bill Stout, KUDL 2020 News.
A student strike at Baker University in Baldwin, Kansas. Correspondent John Rowland on campus has that story.
A committee of students called for a general strike on the Baker University campus today. Approximately 30 students began to picket buildings at 8 o'clock this morning. These students made it clear that they were not protesting the university, but rather the situation in Cambodia and the death of 4 students in Ohio. The climax of the day's event was a rally in the early afternoon in which nearly 300 students listened to Dr. Neil Maliki, dean of the college, state his position on our government's policy in Indochina. The dean also mentioned it was imperative to remain peaceful in demonstrating and that dissent must be tolerated. On the Baker University campus for KUDL News, this is John Rowland.
The Kansas Highway Commission announced today that a location and design hearing will be held June 11th at Overland Park on designs for 3 intersection improvements. The improvements are on the intersections of Santa Fe Drive at 63rd Street, 87th and Metcalf, and 79th and Metcalf. State Highway Director John D. Montgomery says this is the first public hearing to be held in Kansas on the Traffic Operations Program to improve capacity and safety. It is a program developed by Congress in which the U.S. Department of Transportation aids urban areas by making certain street improvements. KUDL newsman Charles Clark tells of meetings scheduled in the Kansas City labor situation.
Striking laborers unions and the Builders Association will meet again next Wednesday in an attempt to end Kansas City's construction strike, now in its 5th week. No progress was reported after a 3-hour meeting yesterday. Construction has been shut down on the terminal building at the new Kansas City International Airport, the Crown Center, the Harry S. Truman Sports Complex, and numerous smaller residential developments and commercial projects. The strike has idled an estimated 15,000 men. This is Charles Clark, KUDL 2020 News.
KUDL News Time, 5:46.
Francine and Cosmos perform yoga.
Francine, why will I meditate better if I sit with my legs crossed under me?
We will, Cosmos. Then we stand on our heads.
But my feet are asleep.
Would you like to commune with a green bottle of Sprite?
Oh, a Sprite. I'm renewed. I think I can stand up now.
Cosmos, you're a natural mystic.
If you want to be renewed, do as Francine and Cosmos do. Renew yourself with Sprite.
President Nixon has met with the heads of 8 major universities. They say he promised that administration officials would have no more statements of hostility toward college dissenters. President Nixon has asked all 50 state governors to go to Washington Monday for a conference on the campus situation. Students have begun arriving in the nation's capital for an anti-war protest Saturday. The House Appropriations Committee has asked that the next moonshot be delayed until further inquiry of Apollo 13's trouble is made. The Agriculture Department says retail meat prices may be lower late this year because of a big supply. In the National League, Cincinnati defeated Chicago's Cubs 5-2. Tonight, San Diego at Philadelphia, San Francisco at Montreal, Los Angeles at New York, and Pittsburgh at Houston. In the American League tonight, Kansas City at Baltimore, Minnesota at Detroit, Boston at Milwaukee, New York's Yankees at Oakland, and Washington at California. Dean Beeman is the yearly leader in the Houston Champions International with a 3-under par 68. And the Boston Bruins rate the favorites on home ice to beat the St. Louis Blues in their 3rd Stanley Cup playoff game tonight.
The Draft House is open this weekend for everyone 18 and over. The Draft House open Friday and Saturday nights for you. Are you ready for Smokey Bear? The music is by Smokey Bear, playing your hits at the Draft House on Friday and Saturday nights. Come on, rise and win. The Draft House. When you walk in the Draft House, you walk into the most out-of-sight club in Lawrence, Kansas. Draft beer, your favorite beer in bottles. A huge dance floor. And at the Draft House, it's only $1 a pitcher. $1 a pitcher at your Draft House on Friday and Saturday night. The Draft House just keeps on getting better. The Draft House.
KUDL weather.
Just ahead of much more music, and Robert W. Walker look for fair to partly cloudy skies, warm temperatures through tomorrow. A low tonight in the upper 60s, high tomorrow in the mid-80s. Right now it's 84. This is Bob Scott, KUDL 2020 News.
The Big 13A.
Sweet and lovely girl.
Bob, Beatles on the Robert W. Walker Show. 5:51 at KUDL. Good afternoon to you. You're looking good. Pop your feet up on the rail there and have a beer.
Norway and the mighty fjords. You can almost feel their power. The Vikings sailed their dragon ships out of these fjords and just about conquered the world. They were big men who lived life with gusto like there was no tomorrow. And they drank their beer big, those Vikings. I guess nothing really changes.
It takes a man who loves beer to appreciate the gusto in living. Because you only go around once in life, and you gotta grab for all the gusto you can, even in the beer you drink. Why settle for less? When you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer.
Schlitz, Milwaukee and the world.
It's on now. The St. Pius Boosters present the 4th annual Art Thomas Shows Carnival with over 50 rides and 30 games featuring the giant twin Ferris wheels and the Skydiver. Go to the Milgram parking lot at North Oak Traffic Way and Vivian Road.
Robert W. Walker.
Right there.
K-U-D.
Boss Radio with rejuvenating reverberations 24 hours a day. Just gotta come on along and dig the song. Chairman of the board now.
You got me dangling on a string. Please don't let me drop. Everything I've got.
Everything I got.
Yeah. Dream.
Ever since you split, babe, I just dangle all day. It's 5:55 at KUDL. It's Robert W. Walker saying hi.
Hey, look yonder, tell me what's that you see? Marching to the fields of Concord.
Joan Baez, Country Joe, Crosby, Stills, Nash, Richie, Jimi Hendrix, and John Sebastian, Shanana, Sly, and the Family Stone, The Who. They're all Woodstock, a film by Michael Wadley from Warner Brothers, with a little help from our friend Woodstock. Rated R, under 17, not admitted without parents.
Woodstock is now playing at the Roxy Theater.
May is the time of year to give serious consideration to graduation portraits. A portrait that your folks, relatives, and friends will cherish always. A portrait that even you will never forget. You only graduate from high school once, so have a portrait taken that will last forever. Let the Cloud Studio, one of the most quality-conscious photographers in the city, take your graduation pictures, and they'll last forever. The Cloud Studio, 72nd and Wardle in Waldo, and 95th and Metcalf in the Metcalf South Shopping Center.
The Big 13-8.
Raquel, I want you to come home. I want you to come home right now and help me count out my collection of Pelican Pebbles. I want you to come home. Hey.